woke up a little too early today. So I went to sleep kind of early last night. I went to sleep like before 11 last night. And I got a good sleep. And I decided to wake up at around 6:35. I got here, I got dressed. I got my athletic clothes on, but I also got my work clothes on in the car right there. Whew. I had a conversation. I have a friend who's in finance, and we just bullshit. He's like the worst financer ever, right? But he is a friend of mine. Let me wipe my glasses because they're really cold and dirty. And he is a friend of mine. We've been friends forever. And I don't know why I didn't ask him this question a long time ago. God, these glasses are miserable. All right. Oh yeah, that didn't make a difference at all. That made no difference at all. So I have a friend, he's in financing. And I asked him yesterday, early in the morning, I said, hey man, if I sell my business, what am I going to need? What am I going to need? What are some of the essential tools that I'll need to make my business look more welcoming, but get the most out of it? And he was like, okay, yeah, Ricardo, let me get back to you. I got a guy that's in, buying properties and buying, businesses, and he invests in a lot of business, and I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay. So last night at about 10:30 last night, he called me back. He goes, hey man, I got some info for you. And this is the info I'm going to tell y'all. Okay. So some of the thing now, I just want to get clear. I'm not looking to sell my business. So I was looking because I was talking to Jedi from Jedi Junk Removal, Andrew, and there's a trend. As soon as Andrew, about a few years ago, when he sold his business, we had a trend of junk removal knockoffs. People who said they sold their business, people who said they were successful in junk removal and decided to sell their business. And I think we all know that, okay? So good morning to Indio the Holler. Hanadio, what up? HD Green Solutions, what's up, guys? I woke up a little early. Hey, by the way, when it hits 7:30, will someone let me know who's in my area? What the fuck? How am I gonna know that? I have no idea. Hey, Meta, what time is it? All right, so it's 7:15 right now, so we'll know that. Okay, here we go. I guess about a year and a half ago, when Andrew Thompson of Jedi Junk Removal decided to sell his business and make money off his business, we saw a trend of junk removal owners starting to sell their business. And there are so many fakers out there, people who said they sold their business, and in reality, they didn't sell crap. Here's one thing. I want to clarify something. I've been doing this 17 years, okay? 17 years. And people who say they sell their business are going out of business. That's plain and simple. There are a lot of people out there that said, yeah, I sold my business. No, you didn't. You have an embarrassment part of your body. You're embarrassed to tell people that you went out of business and that you sold your truck or your trailer to some individual. That's all you did. And they're doing landscaping. They're like in construction. They're totally different. But you had to say you sold your business to somebody else. Selling your truck, if you own a truck in junk removal and you decide to get out of junk removal and you sell your truck to another junk removal business, you did not sell your business. You sold your truck. I want to make that clear. Okay? Yeah, you're moving on to something else. You're not selling your business. I want to be sure that people understand that people that say they sell their business, okay, are going out of business. They're not selling their business. Nobody sells a successful junk removal business, period. If you're having success in junk removal, you do not sell your business because you're having so much success in junk removal. That's what's going on, okay, period. So I want to clarify this. If you have a successful donut shop and you're making millions hands over, right? You do not sell your successful donut shop to some individual. You don't pass off your gold mine. It's like passing off your bucket of gold. You don't just sell it so you can get out of it. Oh, honey, I'm gonna make so much money. I'm gonna sell it for pennies. And you sell that business so you can make money. I have no idea in what. Okay. So after Andrew sold his business, we had these knockoffs, people saying they sold their business. There was this kid, this young kid who did this coaching thing, and he supposedly sold his business. I know he didn't. God, what's his name? What's that young kid's name, guys? I'm gonna put him on blast really fast. Lewis, or what's his name? The little kid, Vanderdock or little kid. Oh my God, my head went blank. The young kid who sold those coaching plans that ripped off people. He did these coaching things and ripped off a lot of people. No, not Lewis. He was a young cat. He had this coaching program, ripped off a lot of people with this coaching plan. Oh my gosh. He owned a junk removal service in like North Carolina or something like that. Oh my God, I can't even remember. I should have, when I did this video, I should have thought of who I was gonna put on blast, and I didn't even think about that. Golly. Well, anyway, he's a young kid, and he just ripped off a lot of people. He ripped off a lot of people with his coaching plan, and it was ridiculous what he did. And now he's out of the business. He doesn't even do his coaching. He doesn't do anything. Holy cow, that thing's gonna get me soaked. I gotta go around this thing. Yeah, so he just ripped off a lot of people, and I forgot his name. God darn it. Anyway, regardless, I made fun of him in other videos, so that's gonna bother me now. Anyway, if you think your business, if you're gonna build your business later on down the road, and you're gonna make it profitable, okay? A profitable business is one thing, selling your business is another thing, okay? But what are you gonna need in your business to actually grow your business so it could be sellable? What are you gonna need, okay? What are some of the most important things? And I got this from my friend last night. He made me a list. Hold on, let me wipe my phone. Okay, so he made me a list. Oh my gosh, that was disastrous. Okay, so he made me a list. And the 3 most important things that any business will need to sell their business and make it even reasonably okay for an investor to look at, okay? And I was like, okay, cool. So he's in financing. One of my best friends is in financing. He called an investor that he knows, and this investor gave him this advice. Okay, what are the 3 things? The most important thing, now there's a big old list. He gave me a big old list, so I'm just gonna name out the top 3 things that you will need to sell your business. Number one, what are your assets? What assets are you actually selling in your business? Okay, so let's take junk removal businesses. What are the assets that you're actually selling in your business? What are the hard things you're selling in your business? What are assets? Trucks, equipment. Those are assets to the business. Trucks, equipment are assets to the business. Not Google ads. Google ads is not an asset, okay? People think that, oh, I had to do these Google ads. You just follow. Anybody can do that. An asset is a good truck. An asset is good equipment. Like what kind of equipment? Well, let's say you have a backhoe. Let's say you have, these push carts that cost like $800 a piece. Let's say you have, 10 saws, right? There's a value to those saws. There's a value to the skill saws. There's a value to the 20 sledgehammers you own, right? There's a value to that. But the biggest value is your trucks. If your trucks are not paid for, that is not an asset. That's a liability. Okay, that is a liability. Okay? Exactly, Nick. I know, Nick. Okay, but I talked to a Jedi yesterday. I don't want to bury him today. So we're just not going to get into that. Don't make me do that, Nick, okay? I hate you, Nick. I hate you. But you are kind of cute, bro, in your videos. I was watching you yesterday. I was saving them. Went to the restroom. Anyway, listen, don't matter. So, what are you selling? Assets. If you have 2 NPR trucks and they're both paid for and they're not all dented up, that is an asset. That is an asset. You have 2 great looking 12-yard NPR trucks and they run, there's nothing mechanically wrong. That is considered an asset. Imagine if you had 5 of those or 10 of those, what kind of asset that would look welcoming to an investor. They're buying 10 trucks that are paid for and all of them mechanically run decent. Okay, that would be considered an asset. If you have a truck and a trailer and it looks like shit, like my equipment, there's not an asset there. It's just not, you're just buying a truck. You're buying a truck, okay? So that is one of the most important things that you need to know when you're selling your business. What are your assets? Where's your equipment? Do you own backhoes? Do you own a Bobcat? Do you own trucks? Do you have trailers? How many dump trailers do you have? That would be considered an asset. And out of those dump trailers and trucks and NPRs, which ones are paid for? If any of these vehicles are not paid for, that is called a liability. That's called a liability because you still owe on it. Does that make sense? You still owe on the truck. All right. You don't know. You don't own the truck. Yeah. Okay. Number 2, if you're going to sell your business, what else do you need? And number 2 is a pretty tough one. You need to show the investor your contracts that you have. The contracts that you are willing to give up during the sale of your business. Where is the monthly payment coming through? Where is it? Okay, if this guy buys your business, is he still getting Colonial? Is he still working for Ebby Holiday? So in my case, the only assets I have are the 16 commercial contracts that I have. And out of the 16, only 3 of them are really on paper. You know what I'm saying? The other people just call me up and ask me to go do jobs, but I've been working for them for years. So I work. Oh shit. Did I miss a job yesterday? I think I did miss a job yesterday. Shit. I just remembered. I missed a job yesterday. Damn it. Okay. Anyway, what are your commercial contracts? Ebby Holiday would be one. Colonial would be another one. These are the customers that I go to on a monthly basis, and they're set. So when the investor buys my business, they're going to look at those and goes, okay, I'm going to have this money coming in no matter what. No matter what I do, this money will always be coming in. Okay? That's important. And the investor wants to know that. He wants to know that this money will be always coming in. Because if he buys your business, he wants customers, not daily customers, but he wants to know that there are payments still coming to the business and that when he buys your business, he's still going to make money. Hands over, he's going to make money. That's very, very important to him. When an investor puts his money forward and his hard-earned cash to your business, he's trying to buy a government contract. He's trying to buy if you have a contract with the government and you're picking up 10,000 beds every month from military installations across the U.S., then you have a government contract, okay? Let's say you're working for the city of Dallas doing junk removal, cleaning up homeless encampments. That is a contract. It's worth a value. Why? Because the city over 10 years is going to pay you $10 million, $1 million per year. That right there is a contract, okay? You're going to sell your business for $5 million, and eventually that guy's going to buy it, and then he's going to make $10 million over 10 years. But in the first 5 years, you could have made $5 million. Okay, so it makes a difference, right? He needs to know that there are government contracts, commercial contracts in place on a monthly basis for a long time. That's really, really important. All right, cool. We got through that. Number 1 was, what are your assets? Trailers and equipment. Number 2, okay, where are the contracts? Do you have any contracts? Number 3, let's talk about number 3, which is really important. All right, do you have a database of information? Where is the database? Where are your customers coming from? Where are the numbers? Who's your number one customer? Are they between the ages of 25 to 35? Do these customers spend, when they call you, are they paying cash? Are they paying Venmo? Are they paying Zelle? Do you have that information? Do you have a database of information to give to these investors talking about how you acquire your customers? Do you have that? Because they are going to ask that clearly. They are going to ask that, hey, can I see the database of information that you can show us right now? I mean, you got to have that right now. Oh, well, I do business with this guy and this guy and this guy. No. I want to see it written down. I want to see your bookings. I want to see how many bookings you average a month with your website online. Where is that information? Can you show me that information? Okay? You need, beamed ourselves out. I'm not. So you need to know what you are selling, and they need to know where it's at. So that's called a database, okay? So when an investor buys your property, they want to see everything. They want to see the paperwork that's involved with your customers. They want to see, hey, where's the invoices? And that should be a database. Where's your Google Calendar? I want to see everything for the last 2 years. I want to see Ricardo's customers for the last 2 years. I want to see Ricardo's customers, how they spent money. I want to see how he acquires his customers. They want a database of information. If you do not have that, just forget it. If you don't have any assets to your business, you're out. Okay? You are just totally out. Okay? Guys, these are the top 3 things investors look for. The top 3 things that investors look for. What are your assets? What are you selling, bro? If you're selling trucks that are all not paid for, you're not selling anything. You're selling liabilities. Who's going to buy a hole? Think about that. Think about this. Who buys a house from an individual that the house isn't paid for? People sell their houses because most of the time they're sold for, and the houses that aren't sold for, they're not trying to kill or gouge people for it. No, that's a bad example. You don't sell. Let me think this. There has to be assets in a junk removal business that are paid for. When you buy a liability, you're just buying debt. People don't do that. People buy debt. When was the last time you remember someone said, man, I'm buying this business and it's debt? You're not buying debt. You're buying a business with assets. Like a restaurant has tables, chairs, they have land. So you're buying that. Number 2. Oh shit. The water's going again. Boy, I'm gonna get all wet here. Okay, number 2. Do you have commercial contracts? Do you have government contracts? Is the investor buying something with a history on it? Is he going to get in this business and have business automatically? Okay? And number 3, do you have a database of these customers? Do you have information how you acquire your customers, which is so important? Where's the information at? Okay? Where's it come in? Now, I'm going to throw out 2 more to you that I thought about. Okay? Now, these are also on the list because he gave me a list of like 8 things, and I cut it down to about 5 of them. And I'll talk about the next 2. Where's the proof? Number 4, where's the proof? These people are going to want to see, if you cheat your taxes, they want to see that. They're going to want to know how much you file in taxes, what you filed with the federal government in taxes. If they're going to buy your business, they want to know if you filed that business and you're legit with your business. Now, let's say your sales are let's say your sales are $500,000 and your profit was $200,000. Are you really going to report that to the government? Or are you going to tell them you made $100,000 and you only profited $20,000 and then you get taxed on that? Okay, they want to know that. They're going to see that. They want to know all that information. You better have that info ready. You better have bank statements. You better have credit card statements. You better have debit, Venmo, you need all that information. And if those numbers don't line up with what you told them, you're not going to sell your business. You're just never going to sell your business. And that's going to eliminate about 99.9% of every junk removal business. Period, flat. Okay? They want to see information. And that information is tax returns, sales numbers. They want to acquire all that information. You're gonna have to give it to them. Number 5, how do you get your customers? Okay, do you have organic traffic to your website? Are these guys going to get into this business and then they're gonna have to hire someone to do Google ads? Are they gonna have to hire someone to do videos like my videos? Do you have an established website? Which is so much important. This is so important because listen, there's not an investor that's gonna get into this business and then buy this business and then have to start doing Google ads and start paying Google ads. They want to see if they're gonna acquire a good website and a network of websites, a network of advertising that they don't have to pay for. You imagine that? So that's one thing I have. That's one thing. That's the only thing out of all of them. That's about the only thing that I can offer to somebody. Is it worth it? Is there a value to my websites? Good morning. Is there a value to the websites for my business? And that would be the only thing I can sell to somebody. So I can't sell my equipment. I don't have a database. My taxes are fucked. You know, there's so many things that people can do wrong not to sell their business. Okay. But I will tell you, if it's one thing I do qualify, it's for like number 6 on the list, right? But it's our number 5. I have a strong website and I have a network of websites that feed information to that website to establish my website as a perennial powerhouse. I do not have to buy ads. I don't have to buy any kind of that's cool. All right. So I have a website that ranks organically on Google for almost every topic, every service that I offer. I have a website for it, and it's a strong foothold for my business. I don't have to buy ads. I don't have to buy Google ads, Facebook ads. I'm not involved with Thumbtack, none of those. Why? Because I built a strong website and I built a network for those websites. Good morning, guys. So I'm able to show that to the investor. Hey, dude, check out my website. It ranks. And that's about the only value that Junk Guys brings to any kind of investor. I don't have a database of stuff. What am I going to print out my Google bookings to him? I don't have that. I don't have nice trucks. I don't even have logos on my trucks. Come on. And you see what I wear. I wear these neon shirts that I buy at Walmart and Amazon. So I don't have that kind of proof. What can you show to an investor? Those are the things that you need to think about. Now, I'm going to put someone on blast. There's an individual on Sky Lane, and I invited Sky Lane to talk at our summit. I invited him to talk at the summit that most people came to that know me. India was there, and he said, Ricardo, I would love to speak at your summit. The problem is I'm getting rid of my truck. I'm about to sell my truck. I haven't had business in the last 3 months is what he told me. I've done one job in the last 3 months. It's been cold here, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He said, I can't, this business isn't made for, I'm getting rid of my truck. Said, now this guy is selling courses, and I'm just like, what? And he said he sold his business for 6 figures or something like that. And I'm like, no, you didn't, dude. You just told me you don't have any business. Come on. Lies, lies, lies. That's what my wife tells me whenever I lie to her. He has nothing. He's not selling anything. There's nothing there. He's selling a truck that's unpaid for. That's not even assets and liability. He's selling a liability to somebody. So there's nothing there. Don't believe all these people selling their businesses. They have nothing to offer. If they can't even qualify the top 3, they don't have any assets. They don't have a database. They don't have tax returns. They can't show that they sell their business. They can't show proof. They're not selling anything. They don't have even a website. They have a website that ranks because they hired an SEO team and they're doing Google ads. Who's going to buy that? That's just a liability. That's just a liability. Do they even have commercial contracts? Do they have government contracts? Do they have anything like that? No, probably not. There's nothing to sell. So don't believe everybody saying they're selling their business, guys. It's not the truth. It's just nothing. Okay? Whew, I gotta get out of here. I did 2 laps pretty fast. That was pretty good. All right, guys. I'm gonna show a preview of my haunted house in the next couple of days. We are moving quick. I worked there last night. I added about another 35 feet to the website. It's pretty good. It looks pretty good. It's looking pretty tough. You know what I mean? It's looking pretty good. Whew. So I'm going to give y'all an update on how it looks, and I'm going to show y'all how I built the business from the ground up, a haunted house, and what a haunted house looks like, and when it's a junkyard haunted house, what that looks like. Okay, because it's pretty funny what my haunted house looks like. I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Y'all have a good one, okay? What's this message right here? You are lame. Oh, thank you. Love you, man. Show it. I'm going to show it to everybody how you talk to me. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.